Welcome to the Mobile Philosopher Podcast. It's a lucky dip of strange distractions, engaging with the work of philosophers both living and dead. If you enjoy this, and I hope you do, you may also enjoy the Mobile Philosopher books. There are 3 of them available in bookshops, Amazon, and for more information please go to themobilephilosopher.com. Today's episode, Island Universes. We might be hopelessly isolated from each other. In The Doors of Perception, Aldous Huxley states that while I can see your behaviour, you're the only person who truly knows your inner thoughts and feelings. You try to express yourself in words and actions, but they never do justice to your inner depths. Everyone, he says, is an island universe. He laments the poor lovers trying in vain to fuse their insulated ecstasies. The problem, it seems, is that we don't fully experience each other. You don't see into my soul, you just see my physical surface. In polite company, you don't even see much of that, but instead you're restricted to the subtle twitches of my face, and the rest is clothes. Not even Huxley's powerful hallucinogenic trip can help. Indeed, it makes him even more fixated on clothing. He says, "My grey flannel trousers were charged with isness." I don't know what that means. You might even start to wonder if other island universes even exist. How do you know that I'm not just an animated body with no secret inner world at all? Claude Brunet, a 17th century physician, drew the lonesome conclusion that only he exists. It's not really what you want from a doctor. Some solace might come from the philosophy of John McDowell. We are isolated if knowledge of each other must be based on inference. You see my face, but merely infer my inner mental life. Suppose I'm in pain and you can tell. Huxley assumes that what you see is the surface of a human body. For example, you see contortions of facial muscles. From this information, you then infer an inner state, an inner pain. McDowell, on the other hand, prefers the simpler view that when you watch me, you see that I'm in pain. Imagine watching me while I'm in pain, and imagine fully describing what you can see. Could you fully describe what you can see without mentioning pain? Surely you couldn't. McDowell says, surely you couldn't fully describe the content of your visual experience without mentioning pain. You don't just see some twitching facial muscles, because McDowell says you don't just see a human body, but a human being with a mind as well as flesh. When you watch my face, you see a display of my mental states. My mental life is not some tenuous inference, but something which you see. At this stage, you may well be thinking, hang on a minute, isn't there an obvious objection to this? And there is an obvious objection, and it goes like this. Look, suppose I have a headache, but my twin is merely doing a perfect impression of me. McDowell says that when you watch me in pain, you don't infer that I'm in pain, but see that I'm in pain. You see it displayed on my face. If that were so, though, it seems my twin would have to look different to me, as they have no pain to display. But if my twin's impression is perfect, there is no such difference to be noticed. Surely then, the identical experiences, the identical visual impressions you have of me and my twin, only reveal a moving body. The presence of pain is not something that's seen, but rather something that is inferred. To understand McDowell's rejection of this argument, consider the following analogy. Suppose I look into a cage at the zoo and see a monkey. I don't see evidence of a monkey and then make an inference. Rather, imagine that it's right there in front of me. The monkey itself is part of my experiential intake, McDowell says. He says that when you watch something, you embrace it within your consciousness. I can't help feeling that these are fancy ways of saying something that's obviously true. When I look into the cage, I see a monkey. Now, suppose that I later have a vivid dream of the zoo. The dreamt monkey, let's suppose, is indistinguishable from the real one. Even if that dream is vivid, I'm not seeing a monkey. While I slept, there was no monkey to be seen. Nonetheless, I did see a monkey at the zoo. It was right in front of me, not inferred from some evidence. And McDowell says it's the same with my headache. You simply see that I have one, rather than infer it. You see no headache when you watch my faking twin, even though he looks the same as me. Since he has no headache to display, there was none for you to see. Nonetheless, as with the monkey, you do see my headache when I display it. Huxley and various other philosophers split us up into human bodies and secret minds. We experience the human bodies and speculate about the secret minds. The result is isolation. For McDowell, though, this is a convoluted mistake. We experience each other as human beings, a seamless whole of mind and body. I hope that was reasonably clear. If you enjoy these podcasts, you may also enjoy the Mobile Philosopher books. I mentioned them at the outset. There are 3 books, and you can find them in bookshops, and you can find them on Amazon, and you can find more information at themobilephilosopher.com. Thanks for listening.